What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. I was going to do a uploaded video, but for whatever reason, my uploaded videos do not do well as far as YouTube putting things on them. So I decided to just do this live. Okay. So we're going to talk about this. All right. This is Marcellus Williams that you guys see here on the screen. He's actually set uh, to be unalive tomorrow. And so we're going to talk about the things in regards to his. Oh, Lord. I just thought about something. Oh, well, I'll fix it in a minute. Um, So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into what it is and him setting to be unalive tomorrow. I'm also going to put the petition link in the chat so that you guys could make sure that you go sign the petition if you'd like to. In regards to this, see, this is where we need the numbers at, but ain't the numbers ain't gonna be over here. The numbers ain't gonna be over here. But this is honestly where we need the numbers at. We need to talk about the real stuff. We need y'all's help. So far, they are attempting to stop the execution with signatures of a petition. And so we're getting ready to go over all of this good stuff. And then I will make sure that, again, as a matter of fact, let me grab the link really quick. Oh, we're going to get into it. It's a it's been a long process. All right, so let's get into it. Um, all right, so I'm going to read the link that I just put in the in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and read what the article says. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this article was updated on the 18th of September. Okay, this article was updated on the 18th of September. So let's get into it. Case update from September the 12th. The circuit court, or I probably should read from the bottom up then. Okay, hold on, y'all. Mm, well, I guess I could go ahead and still read this. We'll go ahead and still read it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so it says case update from September the 12th. The circuit court for St. Louis County, Missouri, denied prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell's motion to vacate Marcellus Williams' conviction and death sentence. Case update from July the 2nd. Of course, that would have been before the last one I just read, but it says the circuit court of the St. Louis County, I'm sorry, Circuit Court of St. Louis, oh yeah, St. Louis County, Missouri, scheduled for hearing for August the 21st of 2024 and assess the clear and convincing evidence of actually um of the actual innocence that led prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell to move to vacate Marcellus Williams' wrongful conviction and death sentence. Okay, there's no reasonable evidence or reliable evidence proving that Marcellus Williams committed the crime for which he is scheduled to be executed on September the 24th. The state destroyed the evidence. Um, Hold on. The state destroyed or corrupted the evidence that could prove his innocence, and the available DNA and other forensic crime scene evidence does not match to him. Okay, so give me a second and I'm going to pull up the original thing that happens. Then we'll get into it. All right, so I'm going to read this article. This one is from CNN. Let's go. One day, I guess I can put it on the screen. That was my intention. Thank y'all for being here because I know that this is not the masses of content that people want to see, but we do have to talk about this because I do find this very, very sad. Um, that this man could possibly lose his life for something that he did not do. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do it. So the evidence, this is crazy. One day before he is scheduled to be executed, a Missouri death row inmate could learn whether his fate will change after the state Supreme Court hears arguments in his case. Marcellus Williams, 55, was convicted of unaliving Felicia Gale, a former newspaper reporter found stabbed to the D word, y'all see it, in her home in 1998. Williams has long insisted that he is innocent. And in an unusual move, the St. Louis County's top prosecutor filed a motion in January to vacate Williams' 2021 conviction and sentence. Prosecuting attorney Wesley Bell and Williams lawyers on Saturday filed a joint brief asking the Missouri Supreme Court, which is hearing the case on Monday, to send it back to the lower court for a more comprehensive hearing. Of the January request by Bell, a Democrat now running for Congress. Okay, so that's important. That's an important piece right there. All right. Uh, Hold on one second. Let's see. Um, all right, and then let me go over here and do the same thing. Uh-oh. It's my own live, baby. Okay, let's see. Now let's pin this one. Okay, I've pinned it in both chats because I am live on both pages. So I want this to get out there. Okay. See how it's only 12 people in here. Um it's only 12 people in here amongst the two channels. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Now the case raises this specter of potentially an innocent person being executed and an inherent risk of capital punishment. At least 200 people sentenced to death since 1973 were later exonerated, including four in Missouri, according to the Death Penalty Information Center. It goes on to say that Williams is set to be executed at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesday, unless the courts or Republican Governor Michael Parsons uh, intervene. The NAACP and the Council on the American as Islamic uh, Relations have called on a parson to halt Williams' execution. The governor previously revoked a stay of execution in the case ordered by his prosecutor, allowing plans to put Williams to death, or allowing plans to put Williams to death to proceed. I just, again, those important details that I just read to you guys before this, it is important to note that. It is important to note that. While attorneys on both sides teamed up. In the joint brief, Bell and Williams attorneys argued the St. Louis County Circuit Court failed to credit newly disclosed evidence that contradicts representations by the prosecutors in Williams' 2001 trial and in his parole appeals. The prosecuting attorney's office, which handled the trial against Williams, argued in a January motion that DNA testing of the unaliving weapon could exclude Williams as Gale's unaliver. But the argument fell apart last month after new DNA testing revealed that the unalive weapon had been mishandled. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Uh-oh, hold on, y'all. No, I'm on the right one. Okay. Okay. Bet. Um, Contumating the evidence meant to exonerate Williams and his quest to prove his innocence. The brief also said that the court mistakenly ruled the prosecutors the DNA evidence did not violate Williams' due process rights, and the state attorney general efforts to prevent misrepresentation of Williams' conviction may have um hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. I don't like this. I gotta read this from my phone. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Please hit the like button on this and give me just a second. I'm gonna pull this up on my phone because I can see it much better. I ain't even finna hold you. I cannot see this. Okay. All right. Let's do it here. Marcellus Williams. Okay. All right. This is better, y'all. This is much better. I can see it. I can actually see it. Okay. Hmm, that wasn't it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. And again, y'all, I'm reading this from my phone because I can't see this. All right, let's get into it. A last-ditch effort to save the life of Marcellus Williams, who faced his execution on Tuesday night in Missouri, got underway Monday morning in the Missouri Supreme Court. A prosecutor from the office that obtained the original unaliving sentence of 21 years ago is expected to argue that Mr. Williams' conviction was flawed by violations of his rights during trial. Mr. Williams, 55, has come close to execution several times since his conviction for the unaliving of Felicia Gale, a well known newspaper reporter, in her suburban St. Louis home in 1998. But each time doubts about his guilt led to a stay of execution. Last month, Mr. Williams reached a deal with prosecutors that would have taken him off of death row, but the deal was struck down by the court. Now his defense team is conducting an effort to save him, including today's hearing and an appeal to the United States Supreme Court, the NAACP, and the Council of American Islamic Relations, and the United States Representative Cori Bush of St. Louis have made pleas for mercy, saying that Mr. Williams was wrongfully convicted and that no physical evidence ties him to the crimes. You have it in your power to save a life today by a man, granting to a man who has already unjustly served 24 years in prison for a crime he did not commit, Ms. Bush, a Democrat, wrote to the governor. Mike, a Republican, I am urging you to use it. Okay. It goes on to say that Sir Richard Barson, the founder of Virginia Record Group and an opponent of the death penalty, took out a full page ad in Monday's edition of the Kansas City Star, calling on Missourians to telephone the governor and ask that the execution be stopped. Hold on, because I'm fit to give y'all the governor's telephone number. Sure am. Because not only do we need to sign this petition, but we do need to stay on the local offices as well. So hold on one second. I say we need y'all help, so we're gonna do everything we can to get the help we need. And as a matter of fact, let me see. Phone number. All right. So here is the phone number. I think you guys can see it on the screen if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna leave that right there. That's the phone number that we need to be calling. Okay. It's the phone number right there that we need to be calling. Right. I'm gonna leave it right there on the screen. All right. Where was I? Mr. Williams' effort to prove his innocence has faced hurdles, including the deaths of two key witnesses against him, the abrupt exit from office of a previous governor, Eric, who had appointed a board of inquiries on this case, and issues with the unaliving weapon that dashed Mr. Williams' hope that DNA found on the weapon would point to a different suspect. Still, his execution has been stayed twice, in 2015 and in 2017. He won the support of the local prosecutor who argued to the courts that Mr. Williams was innocent. The prosecutors, uh, Wesley Bell of St. Louis County, filed a 63-page motion in January saying that Mr. Williams was probably innocent, and that the original prosecutor on the case had improperly executed prospective jurors who were black. Mm. The motion said that the two main witnesses against Mr. Williams had not been credible, and in fact had inconsistencies in to testify against him. Mr. Williams, the motion said, was not the source of bloody shoe prints, fingerprints, or hair found at the crime scene. Thank you so much for putting that in there, Harold. I appreciate that. But before a hearing on the motion could take place, a new analysis showed that the DNA found on the unaliving weapon, a kitchen knife, was consistent with that of an investigator and a prosecutor who participated in the original trial. Mr. Williams had hoped that it would point to an unknown suspect, but instead, it only showed that the weapon had been contaminated. Okay, y'all sign the petition. Please sign the petition. Thank you guys so much. That finding un, un revealed basically that Mr. Williams' innocence claim. The judge who heard the motion said, with the execution date only a few weeks away, Mr. Bell then struck a deal with Mr. Williams that would have converted his sentence from death to life without parole. But the state general, Andrew Bailey, objected. He said that the statute that allowed Mr. Bell to bring his motion did not allow him to strike such a deal, and the Missouri Supreme Court agreed. Mr. Bailey and his recent hold on, y'all, these dumb ads. Uh, oh, now y'all wait till I get down in the article and then want me to buy. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can bypass this real quick. Um, okay, here we go. Mr. Bailey, a Republican, has argued that a jury's original decision should be respected and that Mr. Williams is guilty. In two earlier cases, Mr. Bailey moved to block the release of prisoners who had been declared innocent by judges. The state Supreme Court ordered that the judge in Mr. Williams' case, Bruce uh, Hilton, to to proceed with a hearing on Mr. Bell's motion. After the hearing on August the 28th, the judge rejected the motion, but Mr. Bell appealed. And it is that appeal that the state Supreme Court is hearing on Monday. Okay, so that's what they're hearing today. Um, Mr. Bell's office is asking the court to send the case back to Judge Hilton for a more comprehensive hearing, saying that the office was given only 2 hours to present evidence the first time. Since the new DNA analysis was conducted, Mr. Bell and Mr. Williams' lawyers have stopped emphasizing claims that he is innocent and have focused instead on arguments that the prosecutor at his original trial, Keith, mishandled evidence and violated his rights. It goes on to say that Mr. Larner, who is no longer works for the prosecutor's office, was questioned at the August hearing. He said that he had struck one of the jurors in question, not because he was black, but because he and Mr. Williams looked like they were brothers. What in the what? Unless another stay is granted, Mr. Williams is scheduled to die by lethal injection at 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Y'all, we got some work to do by Tuesday. We got some work to do, y'all. I'm really hoping the best for this hearing, because reading that, it really just goes to show you that a lot of this, it ain't on him. That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. So here's what we need you guys to do. If you guys can, yeah, if you cannot get through to the governor's office, and the phone number is right here, Governor Parsons. The phone number is right here, 417-373-3400. Okay. Call. If you cannot get through, please make sure you sign a petition. I would actually prefer that y'all do both, if y'all can. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Let me see. Hold on one second. And then I want us to watch this video. Hold on. Thank y'all for being here. Again, I know this is not the most popular content, but I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's see. Uh-oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay. Okay, I just wanted us to watch this really quick. And here we go.
A death row inmate is scheduled to be executed, and there are last-minute efforts to save Marcellus Williams. He has maintained his innocence for a 1998 murder in St. Louis County. Justina Coronel has been following the case. She joins us from the newsroom.
Well, this week, several appeals were made seeking a stay. Now, this isn't the first time Marcellus Williams faced a close call and being executed. In 2017, former Governor Eric Greitens paused his execution just hours before. Now, Williams inches closer to another scheduled death.
I hope a miracle happens, you know what I'm saying?
Marcellus Williams Jr. prays for a different outcome for Dad.
I would want people to know he has a huge heart. You know what I'm saying? He's very caring.
His dad, Marcellus Khalifa Williams, faces execution on Tuesday for a 1998 murder in St. Louis County. Williams has maintained his innocence. Now, several appeals to Missouri and federal courts are filed to issue a stay, including claims of new evidence of racial bias.
We found out that jurors were stricken from the jury panel.
Missouri NAACP president backs his attorney's arguments. Trial prosecutors unconstitutionally removed Black prospective jurors because of their race. St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker weighs in.
The only hope here is a due process ruling from the federal court saying whether or not Mr. Williams is guilty, there was racial bias, and that'll derail the execution.
Missouri Governor Mike Parson could also grant clemency at least 24 hours prior.
Governor Parson would probably grant clemency if the actual killer came forward and said, I did it. Beyond that, I think he is ready to execute Mr. Williams?
We have faith that Governor Parson will do the right thing.
Major decisions are still on the table days before time is up.
So if this is the way that he going out, we already made peace. I would be a witness to it, to the execution. I'm standing firm and show my dad he's not alone if this was it comes to, and I'm ready for it.
On Monday morning, 24 hours before the execution, oral arguments are happening before the Missouri Supreme Court to argue the prosecutor's appeal. The National NAACP president and Congresswoman Cori Bush have urged Governor Parson to halt the execution.
In a few hours, the Marcellus Williams case is set to go before the Missouri Supreme Court. And Williams is set to be executed tomorrow for killing a former Post-Dispatch reporter. But Williams says he's innocent. Fox 2's Chris Renier joins us live in Clayton, previewing the critical hearing. Chris?
John, good morning to you. The Missouri Supreme Court will hear oral arguments in this case at 9 o'clock this morning. We are just outside the St. Louis County Courthouse here in Clayton. Judge Bruce Hilton refusing to stop the execution after a hearing inside the courthouse here last month. The now 55-year-old Williams was convicted of stabbing to death Alicia Gale inside of her University City home in 1998. He was convicted in 2001 and has been on death row for years. Gale was stabbed 43 times. Williams' execution has been stayed twice, but it is still scheduled for tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in Bonne Terre. Today's hearing is a challenge from St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell and Marcellus Williams to Judge Hilton's ruling last month refusing to stop the execution. Earlier this year, Bell's office filed a motion to vacate the conviction against Williams based on DNA evidence that was not available when the crime happened. Bell's office argued that DNA evidence on the knife used in the killing would exonerate Williams, but questions arose about the integrity of that DNA because of the way the knife was handled by investigators years ago. Other issues came up as well about the way jurors were picked in Williams' original trial. Judge Hilton held that evidentiary hearing on Bell's motion last month, but denied allowing the execution to proceed. Advocates for Williams plan to rally today and tomorrow. We spoke with one woman who is arguing against executing Williams.
Missouri has executed innocent people before. Our country has executed innocent people. So that's definitely the worst outcome. And that will send a message to our citizens that justice is actually not what, our Attorney General or our governor is seeking.
Bell issued a statement to us ahead of this morning's hearing reading. Even for those who disagree on the death penalty, when there is a shadow of a doubt in any defendant's guilt, the irreversible punishment of execution should not be an option. As a St. Louis County prosecutor, our office has questions about Mr. Williams' guilt, but also about the integrity of his conviction. For those reasons, we will continue to do everything in our power to save his life. Our own Jeff Bernthal will be in Jefferson City for this morning's hearing. We will see what takes place. And we have reached out to Attorney General Bailey for comment on this case. His office is pushing for the execution to go forward. We have not yet heard back. For now, live in Clayton, Chris Renier, Fox News.
All right, so listen, y'all, we got to keep this thing going. We got, they played the other video. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do with this one. So shout out to me. I see you in here, Harold. I appreciate y'all. Please, if we can sign the petition, I'm going to share it on my community wall. I just shared it to my Instagram. I'm going to share it to my community wall here on YouTube so we can get these signatures. And I probably should have done this live maybe after I heard wherever the courts decide. But whatever they decide, I'm going to come back and report it to y'all so y'all know. Okay. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy to see. And shout out to his son, because that was his son that was in the video speaking. That was his son. Okay. But with that being said, y'all, I wanted to bring this out because I actually had planned on doing a whole uploaded video. Like I told y'all, YouTube seems to be wanting to give me strikes and warnings and stuff, and I ain't got time for that. So I just was like, I'll just click the live button and we'll just talk about it. So again, share share this story out with everybody you know. And let's try to make sure we can get them signatures, and let's also try to make sure that we make those phone calls. Okay, the phone number again is, I think it's probably in the chat, but the phone number is 417-373-3400, and that is the phone number to the governor's office. Okay, so if you can't get in, again, I would prefer that you call and sign the petition. But of course, I'm not telling you what to do. But both will just do, because I'm actually about to call in a minute. Yeah, like thinking about that, DD, in the back of your mind, like something really could possibly happen to my dad. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine what they are dealing with. So again, y'all, he's already been locked up 24, 25 years for something that he did not do. And the evidence is showing, like, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And I just couldn't imagine how he's feeling and how his family or children are feeling. So again, please support that, and I really do appreciate y'all. All right, I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. I have another video that I'm going to do on some things happening over in Birmingham. I got some other stuff going on, so just stay tuned, because I am going to make sure we bring you all the news. Okay, with that being said, again, thank you, Harold. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, everybody who is here. DD, just simply, I appreciate you, boo. Miss Linda Gamble, Mama B, CC, I appreciate y'all. Bama Girl, thank y'all so much. Tennessee Girl, I appreciate y'all for coming in. Faith, Yvette Bell, Harold, Mia, Strawberry, thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. If we, Miss Lady One, shout out to you too as well. If we can please keep this going. All right. I appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.